Hi everybody, welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion this week on social concerns that relate to families in the internet. And the discussion that we're going to be having this week, the week of April 13th, is about video gaming. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to read the couple of readings by Turkle that talk about simulation games and to view the video clip about South Korea and video gaming and some of the things that they're dealing with related to video gaming there. I think it should make for a good and fruitful discussion. The following week, and hence the readings for this week, are dealing with another issue that sometimes concerns families, and that's the area of cyber sex. And as I'm sure everybody is aware, a significant section of the internet is taken up with sexually explicit sites. There have been all sorts of estimates as to how much that is, and nobody really knows because it's a very difficult number to get your head around and difficult to measure even how many sites are out there on the internet. But conservative estimates, even though some estimates say 60-70%, really probably more accurate conservative estimates are something like about 4% of internet sites are devoted to sexually explicit material or pornography, and probably about 14% of searches are related to that. And that may not seem nearly as much, but if you stop and think about the millions and millions of sites that are on the internet and the millions and millions of searches that people do every day, it's a pretty high number. So the purpose of this discussion is not to talk about, our sexually explicit sites or pornography or whatever term you want to use. Are they good or bad? I mean, I think you can make an argument, some people can make an argument that, some couples use them to enhance their sexual lives. Some people see them as just a healthy sexual outlet. But like anything, including gaming, if a behavior becomes compulsive, or if it gets in the way of people's lives and them being able to move ahead in their lives, then it poses a difficulty. It's kind of like video gaming. Video games in and of themselves are fine, but somebody who spends 10 hours a day on video games and kind of every waking moment when he's not or she is not at work, that becomes a problem because it interferes with other things in life. And the same thing can happen with cyber sex and pornography sites, and it can certainly have an impact on relationships. So I have three pieces for this week, three resources. Two are brief videos. One is a video that a TED Talk that was done by Philip Zimbardo. If you had Psych 110 somewhere along the line, you might have run across Philip Zimbardo. He was the researcher behind a very famous study called the Stanford Prison Experiment. And if you don't know what that's about and you're interested, you can go look it up. I won't take time to talk about it here. But Zimbardo in this TED Talk talks about what he calls the demise of guys. And his premise is that a lot of young men are having difficulties as they emerge into adulthood. He cites a number of outcomes to support this, and then he suggests several reasons why he thinks this is the case. And one of the biggest reasons he cites is the use of pornography. That a lot of young men use pornography at very high rates, and that this has something to do with how they form relationships, and has something to do with how they make the transition into adulthood. A second video, and this one's even shorter, it's only about 2 minutes in length, is a brief clip from a documentary a few years ago on cyber sex, and it's about the experience of a woman named Nicole, some of her experience with cyber sex. And so I won't say anything more about that. I'll let you watch the video, but I think you'll get kind of a different perspective in watching the video on Nicole. And then the reading I have for you this week is a journal article that was written for marriage and family therapists, particularly with the idea of working with teens who are having issues with cyber sex, and helping their parents understand what are some of the issues that are related to that and how they can work with their teens. It's a little bit old. I chose it for this semester because I still think it speaks well to the issue, but one of the things you may find is that some of their suggestions may not be as applicable now as they were a few years ago, just because of all the changes in technology. But I think the basic principles about how cybersex can present issues for teens and in ways to address those concerns, things to watch for, that sort of thing, may still be pretty useful. So those are our readings. Those are the videos for this next week, and hope you enjoy them. And I look forward to a fruitful discussion this coming week on gaming, online gaming.